Hello and welcome to another Radical Red challenge run. This time it is a ground mono run. Once again, minimal grinding, so 0 EVs and maximum IVs set for all the mons. We pick up a Turtwig from the Professor's Lab, and because there's so many ground types available in the early routes, we're able to make our way up to Faulkner with a decent team. Vampy is able to do all of the work in this first fight. We first force out the Rufflet thanks to our Ice Shard. We're able to take out the Flittle with Bulldoze and Ice Shard, take out the Watcher with Ice Shard, and then finish off the Rufflet with, once again, some more Ice Shards. After beating Faulkner, we make our way over to the gym to face Brock. Vampy is once again our lead. We're able to force out the Geodude and break the Varoom's Herbloon with Vampy. Unfortunately, then we go down, thanks to a mix of Toxic and Onix's damage. Sandygast is then able to come in, take out the Onix with a Mud Shot, live a hit from Archin and land a Will-O-Wisp to burn it. Silicobra is able to come in, live a Facade, take out the Archon with Rock Tomb, and then finish off the Geodude to win the fight. After claiming our first gym badge, we make our way through Mount Moon, up past Nugget Bridge, and face Faulkner. Trapinch goes down to low kicks, as does Silicobra after doing a bit of chip damage. Then our Quagsire is able to come in. We're able to land a big Rock Tomb, do some decent damage, and force out the low kicks. Scizor then comes in and takes us out, but Donphan is able to switch in on the Scyther, take it out, do some chip damage to Ledian, finish it off with Ice Shard. Scizor then takes us out, low kicks comes back in, takes out our Toadschool, allowing Sandygast to finish off the remaining mons, taking out the low kicks, burning the Scizor, and then chipping it down. And we're able to survive hits because Scizor's burned and only able to do a bit of damage to us. After attaining U-turn from Bugsy, we make our way to the Cerulean City Gym and face Misty. Silicobra is able to land a Glare on the Frogadier, unfortunately going down to an Ice Punch, but Donphan can come in and finish it off with a Thunderfang, forcing in the Starmie. I did switch to Quagsire, expecting a Water move from the Starmie, but it goes for an Aurora Beam instead. But it doesn't matter, we take the hit anyway. Donphan's then able to come in on Quagsire, hit it with a couple of Bulldozers to take it out, and force in the Floatzel. We decide to get a bit of chip off on Floatzel with Bulldoze and Ice Shard rather than switching out. Quagsire is then able to come in, force out the Floatzel, take big damage from Starmie's Psyshock, but lower its speed enough with Rock Tomb, where Sandygast can come in, live a hit, hit an Ominous Wind, allowing Palpitoad to outspeed, finish it off, live a hit from Floatzel's Hidden Power Grass with a Rindo Berry, and attain our second badge. We then make our way down to the SS Anne, fight our way through the double battles to face Brendan. We have a lot of fully evolved mons at this point, so Brendan's first two mons are not an issue in the Lunatone and the Loudred. However, the Donphan is able to live a hit from Grovile's Leaf Blade, and we're able to take it out. Crawdon then takes us out, allowing Toadscruel to finish the fight with a Giga Drain. Up next is Surge, which should be our easiest gym leader so far, because he can't hit us with any electric moves in this battle, as we are running exclusively ground types. We're able to whittle down the Vikavolt with Rock Slides from Excadrill and the Poison Powder from Toedscruel, taking out one of the biggest threats on his team, as Vikavolt has Energy Ball, which would be super effective on all of our Mons. Quagsire is able to switch in on Pincurchin, as it can't really touch us. Unfortunately, then we do go down to Manectric's Hidden Power. We send out Silicobra to reset up the Sandstorm with Sandspit, allowing Excadrill to outspeed the Manectric thanks to Sandrush, and we're able to take out Surge's Mega. We then finish off Bellibolt with Bulldoze, go down to a Mach Punch from Pawmot, but because Donphan's healthy, a Bulldoze and Ice Shard is enough to take it out. We then have a slightly trickier fight against Erica. We lead with Runerigus, with Erica avoiding a lot of what we want to do. We have our Camerupt in on Meganium here. We get a burn to get a bit of chip damage off, and eventually take out the Meganium with Lava Plume. We're able to get a big hit off on Venusaur with our Lava Plume before it manages to Mega Evolve, so the Fire move is still doing a lot of damage before it gains access to Thick Fat. Flygon is able to come in, then Runerigus is able to thankfully land a couple of Will-O-Wisps on the Rillaboom and the Meowscarada, significantly reducing the amount of damage which they're going to do. In comes the Electrode, which is going to Chloroblast against us, so we send out Hippowdon to let it take itself out with Recoil. This just leaves the Meowscarada, which is burned, and the Rillaboom, which is burned, so we can just slowly chip down Erica's two remaining Mons with Ice Shards from Donphan and the damage from the burn. And we obtain our 4th badge. We've now gained access to the Game Corner and the Grunt guarding the Rocket Hideout. We turn the tables and we do put the Hypno to sleep with Spore. Unfortunately, it wakes up first turn and then puts both of my Mons to sleep. Then our Toedscruel does go down, so we switch in Donphan and we take down the Aerodactyl. We're then able to get rid of the Hypno in the same turn, leading to the Obstagoon and Gramble coming in. Our Donphan is asleep, so it's kind of useless right now, but Camerupt is able to come in once Torterra goes down, land a Lava Plume, get a bit of chip damage off, allowing Flygon and Hippowdon to clean up the rest of the fight. We live an Ice Punch, fortunately. Obstagoon goes down, and then we're able to do enough damage to take out the Gramble. After beating this fight, we make our way through the Rocket Hideout, have our second double battle against the Slacking and Wheezing. Donphan is able to get a Bulldoze off, get a bit of chip damage on both Mons. We are able to put the Slacking to sleep. Unfortunately, it wakes up with its Lumberry, so we put it to sleep again. It wakes up first turn, because of course it does. We then take out the Wheezing. Getting rid of the neutralizing gas means the Slacking is now Truant. Crobat does big damage to us, but fortunately we're able to bring it low. Camerupt's able to finish off the Slacking. The Sandstorm takes out the Crobat, leaving just the Diplin left, which Torterra and Camerupt are able to deal with. We have our second double battle now against the Shiftry and Talonflame team. We're able to get decent chip with Donphan's Ice Shard, allowing Flygon to finish off the Talonflame with Rock Slide. We then take out the Shiftry with Rock Slide. Hippowdon comes in, sets up the sand. Unfortunately, we do go down to an Ice Punch from Toxicroak. Earthquake then takes it out in return, leaving just the Electros left, which Camerupt can do massive damage to with Lava Plume, and the chip from the Sand Tomb means we're able to take it out next turn. We put Giovanni's lead Nidoking to sleep with Spore, forcing it out once it's low. We switch in our Hyperia onto Honchkrow, take it out with a Rock Blast. Unfortunately then, Orthworm comes in, and Shedtails, allowing Veluza to come in behind a sub, which we do break. Toadscruel then comes back in, forces out the Veluza. We switch in Hippowdon once the Mega Kangaskhan comes in, to take a Fake Out, and serve the Sandstorm. Hippowdon is able to get good damage and bring Kangaskhan low, allowing us to finish it with an Ice Shot from Donphan. Donphan's able to take a Body Press quite well from Orthworm, and take it out. We're unable to click Earthquake because of Earth Eater. We do break Infernape Sash with an Ice Shard, but Donphan does go down to a close combat, allowing Flygon to finish it with an Earthquake. We'll then take out the Veluza with Crunch, finish off the Nidoking, and beat Giovanni, attaining the Sylph Scope, allowing us to go to Lavender Tower, rescue Mr. Fuji, and gain access to the Sylph building. Donphan is able to take out Staraptor, do good chip damage to Charizard, unfortunately going down in the process, allowing Hippowdon to come in, get rid of the Sun, which Charizard Y set up, and set up the Sandstorm. Against King Gambit, we get big damage off, unfortunately going down in the process, but our Sandaconda can finish it off. Land a Rock Slide on the Jumpluff, go down to a Leaf Blade, but Crocodile is able to get the Intimidate off, live a hit, and take it out. Aqua Jet does kill us in return, but Flygon gets a flinch, lives an Ice Punch from Azumarill, and is able to finish the fight. I don't really know how Flygon lived that Ice Punch from Huge Power Azumarill, but it did, so we make our way to the double battle. We set up the Sandstream with our Hippowdon, hit Yawn to put the Gothitelle to sleep. It does go down. In comes the Houndoom. Sceptile fortunately lands a Focus Blast, and we're able to take out the Houndoom and the Incineroar, leaving just Goldengo on the right side of the field. We send out Gastrodon once we see Primarina to get the special attack boost from the water moves. Thanks to Storm Drain, we're able to take out the Goldengo, leaving just the Primarina and the Mega Mawile on the left side. Unfortunately, all of Brendan's Mon has gone down, so it is a 1v1, but Excadrill's Earthquake is enough to win the fight. Against Giovanni, we don't need to worry about setting up the Sand, as he does it for us. We do click Spore on the Hippowdon to prevent rocks going up on our side of the field. He then switches out into Garchomp, so we switch into Runerigus. We quick Will-O-Wisp. Unfortunately, Giovanni does switch into Torterra, but we take a Will-O-Wisp on Torterra instead. We're able to click Shadow Claw twice, then Shadow Sneak to take it out, thanks to its lowered defences from Shell Smashing. We're able to land a Will-O-Wisp on the Kangaskhan, essentially halving its damage output as well, do big damage to the Garganacl, but we do switch out once the Kangaskhan comes in, and we're low. We switch into Crocodile on the Crunches to both get the Intimidate off and take the Dark moves quite well. Crocodile is then able to finish off the Kangaskhan, while staying relatively healthy, get a big hit off on Garchomp, unfortunately going down in the process. Toadscruel is able to come in, bring the Garchomp low enough where a Shadow Sneak from Runerigus can finish it off. With our Runerigus so low, we do go down to the Excadrill, but Gastrodon can come in, hit Scald, bring it low enough for Flygon to finish it off. This just leaves the sleeping Hippowdon, which Flygon has enough damage to take out. Up next we have our optional battle against the Swampert kid. We're doing this even though we can't obtain Swampert in this run because we used it in the water run. Earthquake is still a great TM for this run because it's stab for all of our mons. We do have a Gastrodon, which is useful in this fight because we can switch in whenever he clicks a water move and get a special attack boost. We're also able to switch into Flygon with Levitate in order for the Mega Swampert to become essentially useless in this fight. Toxic from Gastrodon is useful to whittle down his mons. We do get confused by the Pelipper, but once we've landed the Toxic, we're able to switch into Hippowdon, set up the Sand, so he's not getting boosts from his water moves. In comes the Scizor. We live a superpower, take it out, switch Gastrodon down in on the Sea King, and wait till it has to struggle itself to death. Gastrodon's then able to take out the Swampert, leaving just a sleeping Frostmoth, which Flygon can Rock Slide to take out. After obtaining the TM for Earthquake, we make our way over to Chuck's Fighting Dojo. Against the Monotype, Hippowdon is able to finish it off while also setting up the Sand. For Quaquaval, we obviously switch into our Gastrodon. Click Toxic to put it on a timer. And then just keep switching around between Runerigus and Gastrodon so we take no damage. And we can just watch it go down to a Toxic. We do get spored by the Breloom with our Runerigus, but all he can touch us with is a Rock Slide. So we stay relatively healthy. We do switch into Toadscruel to land a couple of Earth Powers and bring it low. Then we switch back into Runerigus and stall out the Rock Slides. We switch in Hippowdon this time once Runerigus wakes up, so then Breloom can't click Spore on us this time, as there is Sleep Claws in Radical Red. We're able to click Shadow Claw a couple of times, out-damage the Breloom, finish it off with Shadow Sneak, get a bit of damage off on the Gallade with Shadow Sneak. Unfortunately, Night Slash does take us out, but Hippowdon comes back in, resets the Sandstorm. We Intimidate to lower Gallade's attack. Switch in Flygon, who lives a hit. We're able to click Earthquake and take out the Gallade, leaving the Sneasler. Crocodile is able to click Earthquake on the Sneasler, take it out. Shadow Claw the Lucario to break the Herbaloon, and then finish it with Earthquake. We then have an optional battle just to the right of Saffron City, where we face this trainer after we've obtained the Mega Ring to obtain the Rocky Helmet. We're also able to obtain a Mega Stone for Centiskorch, but we don't use that in this run. The main thing we're getting here is the Rocky Helmet. He has a Ferrothorn, which is able to do a lot of work to my team, but Flygon's able to take it out. Against the Galarian Weezing, we're able to click Earthquake and bring it low, live a Strange Steam, and finish it off with another Earthquake. Yanmega unfortunately outspeeds, but a Rock Slide on Centiskorch before it evolves, Mega Evolves, takes it out, taking out the biggest threat on the other side of the field. Runerigus is able to outdamage Gastrodon and bring it low, but then we switch in our own Gastrodon to avoid the Stallfest, click Toxic, and we're able to stall it out with Recover and Icy Winds to damage, and we're able to chip it down, leaving just the Yanmega left. Takes us out with a Giga Drain, but Runerigus is able to live a hit, take it out with his Shadow Claw. After obtaining the Rocky Helmet, we return to Saffron to face Sabrina. Iron Head from Excadrill is enough to take out both Hattryn and the Mega Gardevoir. And we are lucky that Rhyperior goes down here to an Expanding Force, because we can switch in Toedscruel and Spore the Porygon, once again preventing Trick Room going up. We're then able to focus down the Porygon, take out the Indeedee in the meantime, and then once the Brute Bonnet comes in, we once again focus down the Porygon and take it out. This leaves just the Brute Bonnet and the Ursaluna left. We're able to land a Will-O-Wisp on the Brute Bonnet with Runerigus, halving its damage. We're then able to take it out, leaving just the Ursaluna left. With just the Ursaluna left, it is a case of a couple of moves and a couple of turns of burn, bringing it down low enough where we can watch it just go down and obtain our 5th badge. We then have our another optional battle, this time just right of Fuchsia City. The reason we're facing this battle is to obtain the Mega Stone for Sandaconda, which when it Mega Evolves becomes a ground flying type with the ability Aerialate. And not only is that a great combination, it also looks really cool. Right now we're facing the Hawlucha, which Excadrill is able to take out, thanks to Sandrush allowing us to outspeed. Once the Starmie comes in, we of course switch into Gastrodon. Out comes the Sandaconda, which Mega Evolves and goes down to a couple of Icy Winds from Gastrodon. This just leaves the Starmie, which Gastrodon is able to deal with, thanks to Icy Wind and Toxic, and us being unable to hit by any Stab Water moves. The Magmortar isn't a problem, we can just click Scald a couple of times and take it out, and then finish off the Starmie to finish the fight. After obtaining the Mega Stone, we use our Mega Sandaconda straight away in our rematch against Brock. We're able to set up a Coil and take out the Great Tusk, take out the Arcanine with a combination of Earthquake and Quick Attack, unfortunately not quite having enough to take out Ursaluna, but Toedscruel can switch in and force it out. We get a bit of chip off on Aerodactyl, allowing Excadrill to switch in, outspeed thanks to Sandrush, and Iron Head and kill the Aerodactyl. We're able to live a Surf because of the special defense boost we gain in Sand. Take out the Omastar, go down to a Vacuum Wave from Ursaluna, allowing Flygon to finish it off. We Dragon Dance against T-Tar, so then we definitely one-shot with Earthquake, and don't activate the weakness policy. Against Misty, we lead with Hippowdon to set up the Sand and get rid of the Rain. We send out our Gastrodon against Kingdra, forcing it out once it's to sleep. Against Gyarados, we are able to land a Toxic. Unfortunately, because of Mold Breaker, he can hit us with water moves, and Gastrodon ends up going down. Against Gorbis, we have our Focus Sash on Excadrill, so then it can live a hit and take it out with Iron Head. We do then go down to the Ferrothorn. We switch Hippowdon back in to reset up the Sandstorm. Flygon is able to do enough damage to Ferrothorn where Toadscruel can finish it off with an Earth Power. Against the Palafin, we're able to land a big Giga Drain, unfortunately going down, leaving just Runerigus, which is able to Shadow Sneak and take it out. Earthquake twice against the Arcoolodon to take it out. And finish off the Kingdra with an Earthquake and a Shadow Sneak. In our rematch against Surge, we lead with Flygon, set up a couple of Dragon Dances, live an Iron Head, and take out the Iron Treads. We're able to take out the Bellibolt with an Earthquake, take out the Rotom with Dragon Claw, unfortunately going down to Pawmot. Ice Punch is able to do big damage to Hippowdon, but now we have the Sand Step set up, and we're able to send in Excadrill against Iron Hands. We bring it down to about half, switch into our Sandaconda, Earthquake to take it out, stay in on Manectric, get a big Earthquake off, unfortunately go down to 2 crits, but Shadow Sneak is enough to finish the fight. Against Erica, we once again lead Flygon. We're able to break the Ogerpon's Sturdy, send out Hippowdon to set up the Sand, bring it down low, land a big Ice Fang onto the Venusaur before it manages to Mega Evolve, and gains Thick Fat. Hippowdon unfortunately does go down, but we have brought the Venusaur low enough and landed a Frostbite, which is the equivalent to Burn, but for special attackers in Radical Red. We're then able to set up with Sandaconda and clean up the rest of the fight with Aerialate Quick Attack. After beating all 4 rematches, we of course have to make our way to Koga. Flygon is able to take out the Swellow with a Rock Slide, unfortunately then going down to a Selgor. We're able to switch in to our Sandaconda, do big damage to the Greninja, bring it low. We switch in Hippowdon once it's entered Battle Bond to set up the Sand, and allow Excadrill to outspeed, finish off the Aselgor, take out the Drapion, bring the Iron Valiant low enough that a Shadow Sneak from Runerigus can finish it off, leaving just the Mega Toxtricity, which an Earthquake will one-shot. Against Brendan, we are fortunately able to avoid rocks going up on our side of the field, thanks to Toadscruel's Rapid Spin. This means we're able to switch for free, and once we know what move Medicamp's going for, we can switch it into our Ghost type. Hippowdon then does go down to the X-Cloud, but thanks to the Sand which it's set up, Flygon's able to live a hit and kill the X-Cloud in return. Against the Crawdon, Runerigus has more than enough damage with Earthquake to take it out. We're able to land a Will-O-Wisp on the Sceptile, which even though it's got 2 Swords Dance up, we still live. We're then on to get a Shadow Sneak off on Medicham, finish it off with an Earthquake from Excadrill, and take out the Gardevoir with Iron Head. After gaining access to the Safari Zone, we claim Surf, and then make our way down to the Seafoam Islands. Hippowdon is able to set up the Sand and get rid of the Hail, and then we can send out Excadrill, click Swords Dance, take out the Walrein with Rock Slide, get a lucky flinch on Cloyster and take it out with 2 more Rock Slides, take out the Jinx with yet another Rock Slide. Unfortunately, we then have to switch out once Baxcala comes in and the Sandstorm ends. The crit doesn't matter on Hippowdon, it goes down anyway. Iron Head's enough to take out Baxcalibur. We don't get a flinch on the Arctozolt, so we go down. And we send out Camerupt to finish it off. We get flinched, but the Sandstorm is enough to take out the Arctozolt. Glalie is able to finish off with an Earthquake. We land a Will-O-Wisp on the Glalie, and then a combination of Burn and Recoil takes it out. After obtaining our Choice Scarf, we make our way to Cinnabar. Camerupt able to do big damage to Steelix and take it out. Good damage to Aggron with Lava Plume. Unfortunately going down. As you can see, I have a Blood Moon Ursaluna with a nickname, as it's a Trademon available in Cinnabar Island. To get it, all you gotta do is trade a regular Ursaluna to one of the scientists in the lab, and then you can obtain a Blood Moon. It's able to come in, finish off Melmetal, take out the Duraludon. Unfortunately, we do go down to the Samurott. Palpitoad then is able to come in, Drain Punch, and finish the fight. After obtaining both the Choice Scarf and the Choice Band, we make our way over to the Pokemon Mansion and face May. Sandaconda is able to take out the Flygon after living a Draco Meteor. Unfortunately, the Solrock does end up exploding, taking out both of us. We let Breloom put our Hippowdon to sleep, switch in Runerigus, as it can't really touch us. The best move it can hit us with is Rock Slide, which as you see barely does anything to us. And we're able to bring it down and take it out. This leads to the Relicanth coming in. We of course switch in Seismitoad as it is Choice Banded into the water move, so we can take it out for free. We live Manectrix Overheat, take it out, unfortunately going down to a close combat from Mega Blaziken. We reset up the sand with Hippowdon, going down to a close combat and a Flare Blitz, chipping down the Blaziken with Recoil. Flare Blitz then takes down our Excadrill, once again chipping it down. We send in Blood Moon Ursaluna, let it close combat us, lowering its defences, allowing Shadow Sneak to take it out. Against Blaine, we're able to set up the sand with our Hippowdon, get Stealth Rocks up on his side of the field, and yawn the Slitherwing. Against the asleep Slitherwing, we are able to quick attack with Sandaconda. Unfortunately, he switches, or fortunately, he switches into a Grass type. We're able to get big damage off, take out his Executor, take out his Ogerpon, going down to an Eruption from Typhlosion. We reset up the sand, send in Seismitoad, and thanks to the Sandstorm breaking the Blazing Soul, Excadrill is able to outspeed and take it out. We're then able to take out the Armarouge, send out Hippowdon to reset up the Sun once the Charizard Y comes in, Shadow Sneak twice with Runerigus, leaving just the asleep Slitherwing, which Runerigus has more than enough damage to take out. We've now obtained our 7th badge and can make our way over to the Cerulean Cave to face the back-to-back admin fights. Excadrill is able to finish off Mamoswine, leading to Durant coming in. We send out our Hippowdon and yawn the Durant so then it falls asleep. Sandaconda is then able to come in, hit Coil. Unfortunately, Durant does wake up, but thanks to the defense buff, we are able to live and get a big hit off. Excadrill is then able to come in and finish it off. We reset up the sand with Hippowdon once Mimikyu comes in. The sand is able to take out the Mimikyu, leaving just the Houndoom, which, thanks to Sand Rush, Excadrill outspeeds and is able to finish off. Our lead against the second admin is Excadrill. We're able to take out the Hattrem, unfortunately going down to a superpower from Honchkrow. We're able to burn it with Runerigus, get some damage off with Shadow Sneak, allowing our Blood Moon Ursaluna to clean up the rest of the fight with Moonblast. and Earth Power and Moonlight to heal. Earth Power is able to take out the Rhyperia, to one-shot the Mawile, and then we can face the boss of Team Rocket yet again. Tapu Lele goes down turn 1 thanks to Dragapult's Spirit Shackle. We're able to get a burn off on the Scrafty with Runerigus and chip it down with Sandstorm thanks to Tyranitar on his side of the field. Down goes the Tyranitar, the Scrafty's low. We do go down to the Expanding Force for Mewtwo, but we're able to send out our Excadrill, who is able to live an Expanding Force, but go down to a high horsepower. Crocodile is able to come in, bring Mewtwo down to its Mega Stage, one-shot the Mega with Wicked Blow, and take out the remaining Celesteela. We then have our final gym fight against Claire. Sandaconda is able to get rid of both Aerodactyl and the Gouging Fire. Unfortunately, we have to switch out on the Roaring Moon, but Crocodile can get an Intimidate off, land a couple of Earthquakes, and then switch into Runerigus to finish off with Shadow Sneak. We are able to burn the Dragonite, which is neutralizing a lot of these Dragon Dances, and we're able to take it out. Against the Magearna, we want the special defense boost from the sand, so we send our Hippowdon. Unfortunately, we do go down to a Flare Cannon, but Excadrill can come in, Earthquake to finish it, and then finish off the Naganadel and obtain our 8th badge. We then have another rival fight. Sandaconda is able to set up and take out Staraptor. Unfortunately, we do go down to Mega Charizard X with a Flare Blitz. We're able to send out Hippowdon though, live a hit, Earthquake to take it out, leading to a Azumarill coming in. Azumarill does take us out, but Runerigus is bulky enough where we can land a Will-O-Wisp and neutralise a lot of the damage which Azumarill would have done. It does go down to a burn, allowing us a clean switch in for Donphan, which can take out Sandy Shocks with Boomerang, but go down to Sneasler after breaking its sash with Ice Shard. Excadrill is then able to outspeed, Earthquake the Sneasler, and I click Sword Stance here, expecting a Sucker Punch from King Gambit. It doesn't really matter, because Crocodile can finish the fight and allow us to face Brendan for the last time. Hippowdon Sandstream is able to finish off the Deoxys. Combined with Earthquake, our Excadrill is able to outspeed Zapdos. And since it's locked into Brave Bird, we're able to get a free Sword Stance. We do go down to Landorus, but it's low enough that Shadow Sneak can take it out. In comes Huntail, which Shell Smashes, but we burn it, so a lot of the damage is neutralised. Runerigus is able to outdamage the Huntail. We do go down to Sceptile, but Donphan with Ice Shard is able to 2-shot and take it out. Jirachi then comes in, does take out our Donphan, but Crocodile with Wicked Blow is able to finish it off and finish the fight. We then have our team for the Elite Four. Of course, we have Hippowdon to set up the Sandstorm. We have our Excadrill, which is getting boosted. We have an Iron Treads, our Mega Sandaconda, our Blood Moon Ursaluna, and finally our Wicked Blow using Crocodile. Hippowdon is the most important mon in this first battle against Lorelei and her Ice types, as we're able to set up the Sandstorm and get rid of the Hail. We're able to take out the Alolan Ninetales and the Calyrex without too much trouble, avoiding a couple of Blizzards from Glaceon in the process. We're then able to get rid of the Glaceon, switch out on the Rotom into our Blood Moon Ursaluna, unfortunately getting burned. The Abomasnow then comes in, setting up the snow, so we send out Hippowdon to reset up the Sandstorm. Down goes the Abomasnow and our Hippowdon, leaving the Rotom and the Baxcalibur. We're then able to hit a Wicked Blow on Rotom, take it out, and then in a 2v1 it's just a case of chipping down the Baxcalibur. Against Bruno, we get lucky that we're facing the Infernape team, so we're able to bait out the Taunt and prevent rocks coming up on our side of the field. Earthquake is enough to take out the Zacian. We're able to 2-shot the Iron Valiant with Quick Attack, and 2-shot the Komodo with Quick Attack, living on low health. Unfortunately, Urshifu does take us out, but Hippowdon is able to yawn and then click Stealth Rocks, bringing the Urshifu low enough where the Stealth Rocks will take it out once it comes back in. Earthquake takes out Lucario, and then the Stealth Rocks finishes the fight. Against Agatha, we have the same strat, where we lead with Sandaconda, bait out the Taunt, and take out the lead Zoroark. We're able to Earthquake the Gengar, as once it Mega Evolves it loses Levitate, and take out 2 of Agatha's Mons. Against Marshadow, we switch into Hippowdon, get a Yawn off to put it to sleep, and switch into Blood Moon Ursaluna for free. We're then able to break Goldengo's Herbloom, take it out with an Earth Power, one-shot the Chi-Yu, one-shot the Roaring Moon with Moonblast after living a hit, and finishing off the Marshadow as it stays asleep. Against Lance, we're facing his Garchomp team, and he unfortunately sets up rocks, but Hippowdon is able to put the Garchomp to sleep, land a big hit, and then we can switch out into our Iron Treads, who are running Rapid Spin on to get rid of these rocks. Iron Treads is able to hit a Rapid Spin, take massive damage from an Earthquake, but finish off the Garchomp with an Earthquake of our own. We'll then get some chip damage off on Dialga, unfortunately going down in the process. We switch into our Blood Moon Ursaluna, land a couple of Earth Powers, and take out the Dialga. We do go down to the Salamence, but it takes a lot of chip from recoil in the process. We reset up the sand, allowing Crocodile to come in, get a flinch with Rock Slide, take it out. We stay in on the Melmetal as we don't have a safe switch, but then we can switch in Excadrill, who can Earthquake to 2-shot after living on its Focus Sash. We then go down to the Iron Jugulis, but Sandaconda is able to Mega Evolve, take it out, and then finish off the remaining Dragonite to win the fight. In our battle against the champion, we're once again able to set up the sand with Hippowdon, land a Yawn on Pheromosa, and put it to sleep. We're then able to send out Excadrill, even though the Pheromosa wakes up early. It doesn't really matter. We're able to live a hit, out comes the Yveltal, we're able to get big damage, allowing Sandaconda to finish with Quick Attack. Once the Ditto comes in, we're able to out-damage thanks to Coil, and take out the Sandaconda. Unfortunately then a Dragon Pulse from Miraidon takes us out, but Crocodile can switch in, do big damage with Earthquake. We switch back into Hippowdon to set up the sand again, send out our Iron Treads, finish off the Miraidon after living on our Focus Sash, but Pheromosa comes in, U-turns and finishes us off. Against the Eternatus, we send out our Crocodile, live a hit after landing an Earthquake, get big damage with an Earthquake on the Metagross, unfortunately going down to a burn from Fire Punch. Earth Power's enough to take out the Metagross. The Pheromosa clicks U-turn for some reason, and we're able to get a little bit lucky and finish the ground run. another fun run, and I think up next is going to be Ice.